Hey friends, I hope all of you are having an awesome day. We are so excited. Tonight we are hanging out in Alys Beach. We are finally getting to do a full dining review and experience here at Oku in Alys Beach. I was just here in the beginning of October when they did a soft opening and some little previews for their dishes and drinks, and it was absolutely amazing. The cocktails were delicious, the food was absolutely amazing, and I've been raving about it ever since. And Luna loves sushi, so let's go head inside, check out the menu, and dive in. Give you guys a look at the menu. I know I showed it in the preview event, but I'm not sure if anything's changed at all. I don't believe anything has. The hamachi carpaccio definitely stands up in my memory. That was phenomenal. I'm really excited to try some of the other things though that weren't really featured during the preview. I think we're all in agreement. We're all getting sushi tonight because all of us are just suckers for good sushi. But definitely some amazing stuff to choose from. I really feel like I could throw a dart at this menu and then just land on something I agree with. And a quick look at the drink menu. Michelle actually got some sake. She was torn between the Snow Maiden and one of the other ones, and our server actually recommended this Taru sake, which she was kind of averse to because it's cedar, dried mushrooms, herbs, but it's a very, very smooth. He brought some samples out. Our server, Chris, awesome. The man.
This is not Shogun.
Oh, and there's the Shogun that I ordered. That was amazing at the preview as well, so I had to get another one. Something I didn't get a chance to show y'all during the preview because it didn't exist yet, but this is their kids menu. So a couple little sushi roll options, entree options, and then sides. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want a side of the butter soy rice because butter and soy sauce and rice, it's a no-brainer.
I'm finally getting to try the Shogun. This is the cocktail that Russ raved about when he came to the preview. Gin, lemon, agave, and basil. I'm transported to the Barcelona Lounge at Grand Destino Tower. This is so smooth and easy to drink. I love the citrus. It's refreshing. Being able to smell that basil when I take a sip. This, like, I could drink this all day long. Like, full drink, this is fabulous.
It's a perfect gin beverage. So good.
Starting off with the miso soup, I can say just visually looking at this, it's got such a rich color. So the color of this is so much bolder and richer than any of the other miso soups I've ever gotten. It's got like a golden look to it. It's not just like clear or that milky color, you know what I mean? So it's almost got like a yellowy orange color. It smells really good. Ooh. Yeah, so robust miso flavor, like the real deal flavor punch, warm, comforting, awesome miso soup.
My turn to dig into this miso soup, and I agree, it's got a much richer flavor to it, or a richer color to it. It looks like it has a richer flavor. That's a really good miso soup. And I'll be honest, I don't really typically like miso soup that much. Sometimes I find it like too minerally is the right word, or like that irony kind of, you know what I'm talking about, that tofu soy flavor. This has like perfect amount of salt. It's like really like right on the edge of being salty but not salty. It was like the perfect temperature, really good mouthfeel, like good consistency to it. I would order this miso soup again. And like I said, I don't typically order miso soup. And Luna got the ginger salad, which she is a sucker for some good ginger salad. No surprise, everything I've tasted so far is delicious. Luna's ginger salad is outstanding. As far as ginger salad dressings go, I feel like you can either be really sweet or really gingery. Perfectly balanced. All the greenery, all the vegetables in there are super fresh. Miso soup is delicious, and they just brought out a little collection of things for us to try, and I'm super pumped. The first of which being a hamachi collar, quickly fried with a ponzu sauce. I'm not sure what the seasoning is on it, but I'm very excited to eat it. I've had hamachi collar before, and it's so good, so good. They also brought out some of my favorites from the preview event, which was the hamachi carpaccio, which is yellowtail, serrano pepper, sriracha, yuzu, ponzu, and basil oil. I think this was one of my favorite things from the preview event. It was outstanding, like perfect amount of heat, perfect amount of salt. And then second is the sake uzuzakuri. I think I butchered that on the other video as well. But that's salmon, truffle ponzu, pickled wasabi stem, and black lava salt. And I remember being extremely impressed with that as well, because salmon is not typically something I enjoy, and I really enjoyed that. All right, let's get us a piece of this hamachi collar. Oh man, it is falling apart. Stand by. Look at all of that. Oh, it looks so good. There you go. It's so good. Dip it in the ponzu. That's the way. Dang.
How does that taste? Good? Beautiful, right?
I couldn't find a better word to describe it myself.
Thank you.
That is so dang delicious. Who doesn't? Oh man. Anytime you get the opportunity to order the collar of a fish, please do it. You will be so glad that you did.
Holy cow. Okay, that's seriously some of the best fried fish I've ever had. It is so juicy. And that ponzu sauce has a really nice acidity to it. I feel like this one isn't as sweet. Most ponzu sauces that I've tried that have been made in-house are usually on the very sweet side. This one's more acidic, which I actually like. Fabulous.
Try a bite with the skin.
Okay, so the skin, the crispy skin on the outside, is bringing me back to some of the best New Orleans fried fish I've ever had, but like even better than that. Just like the texture of the fried fish. I don't mean the flavor, because the flavor of this fish can't even come close to any fish I've had in New Orleans, honestly. This is so clean, like just clean, sweet tasting fish. And the skin is so crispy, like that perfect New Orleans crunch of a fish. You know what I mean? Like we've had like a really good piece of catfish or something like that, but I'm just talking about the texture of the skin on here. That's what this is, with just top-notch flavor fish that is just like succulent and tender and juicy. Thank you. More.
Get it in this ponzu, just like that. Dang. All right, next up is the sake uzuzakuri. I'm gonna get it right by the end of the video, I promise you. This is the salmon and the truffle ponzu. So good during the preview. You just gotta slurp it up in all of this. Give it a little bath. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Salmon is just so freaking tender. And this being the second time I've had this, I feel like I'm picking up more on the greenery that's on top and how much that augments the flavor of the ponzu. All right, and then the hamachi carpaccio. I mean, this was one of the standout dishes for me during the preview, and I am so excited to get it again. Got the serrano pepper with the sriracha and it's folded up inside of there. Man, that is so good. Between the two, this is my favorite. The serrano pepper is so fresh. It actually tastes the way, like if you walk into like a gardening center, like their plants, like you walk into there, how that smells is kind of how the serrano pepper tastes. And again, the ponzu, they do a really good job with their salt here. I feel like the miso is like perfectly salty. The ponzu for the salmon was perfectly salty. The ponzu that we dipped the hamachi in, everything is just very well balanced. If I could give one adjective to everything I've had from Oku so far, it's balanced. All right, they just brought us out a couple of the grilled items. They brought us out the chicken yakitori. So chicken thighs with scallion, tear, I'm not sure what tear is, and then togarashi sprinkled on top. These look absolutely delicious. When they're cooking them, it's like mesmerizing. I want to sit, next time we come, like I want to come on a date night with Michelle or something and come sit at the sushi bar, because if you're sitting at the sushi bar, you get the added bonus of watching them grill the grilled items. Sound like a classic yakitori grill. It's really amazing to watch. We'll get straight on in there. That is absolutely beautiful. Chicken is perfectly cooked. It's not overcooked, which I feel like it's really easy to do that with little pieces of like chicken thigh like this. But this is super tender. It's well seasoned. It's actually lighter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to have like a little more kick to it or anything, and like, or maybe a lot of times you've had anything like this, a lot of times they glaze it a lot, like heavily with some sort of sweet sauce. That is not the case here. This almost tastes very true to if you've ever been to Asia and you imagine street food. Like, I feel like this is very true to that. That is delicious. Next up, moving on, they also brought us the steak and wasabi. And this looks so amazing. Like, beautiful, beautiful char on it. And this is hanger steak with miku dare. Again, I have no idea what that is. And fresh wasabi. And true to statement, they made sure to point this out on the plate here. This is real wasabi. This is not like the horseradish with green coloring that you get at most places. This is true wasabi, and it was advised to us to kind of like wash, like dab it on the wasabi, kind of give it a little bit of the flavor of it. So I will do as instructed. Cheers. Wow. I can't tell you the last time I ordered a hanger steak, because typically hanger steaks are a tougher cut of meat and have to be handled well in order to be tender. This is extremely tender. This is very, very good. And it's cooked like a good medium to medium rare. This is excellent. And that little bit of real wasabi, it's not, if you've had real wasabi, it's not as spicy as like the horseradish-based wasabi. It's really more fragrant. It's really more of like a nasal experience. Like it sort of adds an extra sensory experience to the taste. All right, sushi has arrived. I got myself the Oceanside roll. I had to get it again. It was so good during the preview. The Oceanside is spicy tuna, tempura shrimp, togarashi, cilantro aioli, seared salmon on top, and a little chive. This roll is excellent. I already know, I haven't even taken my first bite, but I already know it's good. I can smell it, like they torched that salmon. This is such a great sushi roll. The cilantro aioli on top adds such a great freshness. And the way they torch the salmon with like the togarashi on top, it adds like this light smoky element. And the spicy tuna inside is like perfect amount of spice. The salmon is so fresh. I think I said this in the Oku preview. Salmon's not typically my favorite thing, but the way, like the level of freshness that this is and the way that they prepare it, it just tastes so clean. And again, the rice is so fluffy. Like so many other sushi restaurants, just standard issue rice. This is on a different level, I promise you. So good. We are all done with dinner and we had to get dessert, so take a look at this dessert menu. A yuzu eclair, fall spiced miso cheesecake, chocolate mochi cake, caramel apple slice, and then those Japanese donuts that I had during the preview, sata andagi, and then a couple other frozen things. That soy caramel soft serve sounds amazing. We have a little mochi combo down below. But it looks like Michelle's got to go with the sata andagi, those Japanese-style donuts. It's so good. I'm excited to try those because when I was here for the event, I don't think they had the miso caramel. So first come with the miso caramel, I've got to try with that. But I asked our server what he recommended, and he said he loves the chocolate mochi cake. So I went ahead and ordered that. We'll see what that's all about.
had to get the sata andagi. This is Okinawan style donut holes, peanut sesame sugar with a miso caramel glaze drizzle at the bottom. Ooh, they are so pillowy to the touch. They're like super fluffy. And they've got this dust on top. I guess this is the peanut sesame sugar, but it's like big flakes on the top. It's so warm and it's so pillowy. Okay. Oh my goodness. That is so soft. This is definitely a savory donut hole. However, I need to dunk a little bit to get this miso caramel at the bottom. So you can kind of see there's like a little bit, I think, at the bottom. Trying to zob it up. That makes it. I feel like I have it all over my mouth. I'd actually ask for a little more of this miso caramel on the side because I want to be able to dunk it with each bite, just kind of at the bottom. But the texture of this is outstanding. Like, it is so warm, so pillowy, so fluffy. And then this top dust of this peanut sugar, it is like a sweet peanut flavor. It's not just salty. It's savory with just enough sweetness. This is really, really delicious and very unique. And that's what I like about it. It's not super sweet. It's on the savory side. And it's just a different dessert that you wouldn't expect.
Michelle had to order some more of the miso caramel sauce to dunk it in. That's the way. That's the way. That's what it needed? Oh man, I bet that's so good. I gotta try one. I have to try one. Oh boy, Luna's gotta get in there now. Try that caramel. When I was here, I got the donut, but I didn't get to try it with the caramel. So now that we've got a little bonus caramel here, I get to try one like proper. Oh, Michelle's like reaching over. She's like, give it back. Okay. And oh my gosh, they're so warm and so soft. That's the way. Ooh. That's the way. Oh my God. It's almost gelatinous. It's so soft. And this miso caramel, if there was ever a flavor to belong with caramel, miso. Funky, savory, ton of like mouthfeel. Like it's just, it feels good to eat it. One more bite and then I'll give it back. Oh my God, so good. I could eat those every day. All right, enough of the donut business. Moving on to the chocolate mochi cake. So at the recommendation of our server, this is espresso ganache, chocolate coffee sauce, cherry cream, and chocolate meringue on top. And this looks so perfect and decadent, I'm almost scared to cut into it. I'm actually curious to see what this is like on the inside. Maybe all the reveal here. Oh wow, that is so dark looking. All right, let's take this bite. You gotta dredge it through the coffee sauce. There it is. Oh my goodness. It's good in there, folks. Not what I was expecting. So it's actually talking to the server. The cake is made from rice flour, which gives a different consistency than like regular cake flour. It almost reminds me of like, I don't mean this in a negative way, but like the texture of a stale cake, but the flavor is absolutely delicious because of that rice flour. It does not remind me of mochi, but the flavor reminds me of mochi. It's not like a rich, moist cake. It's actually very light. And the flavor is coming from the sauce and the ganache. The cake itself is extremely light. This meringue on top is absolutely delicious. It just disintegrates in your mouth. This right here, these little Crispies. It's like the outside layers of a macaron. This falls apart in your mouth. This is delicious. I do have to say, like, my brain was expecting a softer, moister cake, but I did have the advantage of already knowing that it was made with rice flour, and I have the added advantage of knowing that rice flour gives things a different consistency. But the flavor of this is very delicious.
I was slightly jealous when Russell got to come by himself to the media preview night. But I'm so excited that I got to finally come tonight and try it and experience it for myself. I have to say, this is such a great addition to Alys Beach.
It really is.
Just aesthetically, actually, like before even talking about the food, I want to talk about this building that Oku is located in, and then inside the restaurant. It's really, really beautiful, and it helps break up the all white, like really crisp, clean architecture that Alys Beach is known for, which is beautiful in itself. But I just really enjoy how inside here, it's just warm and inviting, very cozy feeling.
Yeah.
The lighting is just very warm and elegant.
Soft.
I love all of the wood elements.
Yeah.
So all of the light fixtures, and there's like a big tower in the middle that looks like a giant Jenga.
Yeah,
like a side.
Linda said it looks like a Jenga tower.
Yeah, a big Jenga tower. So it's just a really nice, different atmosphere than you're used to in Alys Beach. And then going into the food, everything was really, really great. I have to say personally that the star of the show for me was that fried hamachi.
So good.
Which actually surprises me. I thought I was going to like the sushi more than the hamachi, because usually I do. I don't eat a lot of fried food and a lot of fried fish like that. But that really, really stood out to me and blew me away. The crunch on that, and then just the tender, succulent fish. It was just outstanding.
So tender.
So good. I did get the shrimp tempura roll, which is usually my go-to because I unfortunately can't eat anything raw. And it was good. It was more of a basic shrimp tempura roll, so it could have been maybe a little bit more elevated. I was expecting a little bit more for the price point. It is $18, so it is on the pricier side. It was still good, but I just think if I were to come back, I would focus more on their cooked entrees. I think those just stood out to me more than the sushi did, but the sushi was still good.
I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and trying some of the other entrees. This was so hard to pass up sushi, and like I said, we're coming here to celebrate Luna getting off school, and she loves sushi, so we each got some family sushi orders in. The Oceanside was, I think, my favorite from the preview night, so I had to get that again, get the full roll. It did not disappoint, and to Michelle's point, I think a place like Oku, which is so elevated, and so many of the dishes are so elevated, I feel like it's a place that's going to excel more particularly on specialty sushi rolls versus like your basic California rolls or shrimp tempura rolls or something like that. They're more focused on those elevated dishes, and I think that's where they shine through. The fact that Michelle's favorite dish was the hamachi, which she would never in a million years probably order on her own, says a lot about that. And it was just overall a fantastic experience, and we really can't wait to come back and try some of the other menu items we missed out on. But I want to know, what did you think about those Japanese donuts?
The dessert was fantastic.
So good.
So like the most pillowy donut hole I have ever had. And I am such a sucker for anything savory, like sweet savory, especially when it comes to dessert. I don't do overly sweet anything. So this was perfect for me. That miso caramel.
Oh my God.
I love miso. I actually cooked with miso today before I came here. So the combination of miso with something sweet with that caramel, making it into a caramel is just genius in my opinion. Miso is like, it's just got a lot of umami, like a punch and almost like a funky undertone. So to turn it a little sweet is just
genius.
I love it.
It's delicious, yeah.
Thank you again so much to Oku Alys Beach for having us out tonight. We are so grateful for this opportunity to share about this beautiful new addition to our beautiful little beach town. And thank you for your generosity and hospitality for letting us try all sorts of goodies tonight, and more importantly, be able to share them with you guys.
Yes.
If you like authentic food reviews and you want to learn more about our local area here, 30A, South Walton, and beyond, Please, please, please like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. You can drop a comment and let us know what you would like us to check out and review next.
And we'll include links in the description below. You can check out Oku's menu. You can check out more about Alys Beach and some of the things that we offer as well. But thank you guys so much for watching and for joining us tonight. And from Alys Beach,
Signing off.
sign off.